Good morning, everyone. I'm Susan Harris. I'd like to start our meeting today with just a minute or two of being quiet together to remember our friend Ava Huja, who passed away just 2 days ago in August. Ava was a routing engineer who left us an incredible legacy for someone who was only 28 years old. She was also a remarkable example for the community of women operators and engineers around the world. This has been such a hard fall for each and every one of us. I especially want to greet those of you who had to make an extra effort to be here, whether because of job changes or travel restrictions at your company. It is great to see you here at our largest meeting yet. We have something like 680 people here today. More of you than we've seen in the past from outside the U.S. and Canada. New countries I noticed this time were Venezuela, Grenada, Nigeria. We have a group of people from Israel here. And I think I saw China on the list for the first time. I may be wrong about that, and I would love to be corrected if I am. There's a mysterious arrow pointing off to the right of your screen in the middle of the Pacific. That's pointing to Hawaii. When you filled out your registration form, you told us what you do at home, and there are no great surprises here. Slightly higher proportion of R&E here at the meeting, possibly because of the DOS talks we'll be beginning later this morning. Ren Nolan gave me the idea to look at how many unique organizations are represented here, and there are 290 total. Absolutely. My laptop got so heavy when I started looking at the Cisco people that I decided not to do it. You know, we have a lot of, are you interested in that? In seeing what companies and from where? I could do that. Thursday morning. Take a couple of days. If you are in the room, you should be wearing a badge. You will need your badge to get into the terminal rooms. And most important of all, of course, to get into the beer and gear. The name on this badge, totally by coincidence, is the name of the person who looked out for me at Merit. He's my new manager. Mike, are you here? There's Mike, he's waving over there. And Merit also has a new president. Huh, where are you? Oh. It's hard to see. Where are you? Oh, thank you. Okay, there he is waving. Well, that went smoothly. Do say hi to these two. I just wanted to introduce them to you. Oh, my AFS link just came up, Betty. So that is a possibility here. We are from Merit Network, which has been coordinating NANOG meetings since the beginning of time. We're a nonprofit. We're based in Ann Arbor at the University of Michigan, and we are governed by Michigan's four-year public university. We connect those universities plus most of the state's colleges and K-12 schools and various other types of organizations to the internet through our regional network, MishNet. Don't be alarmed. This is a friendly question. We would love to know more about what brings you to NANOG. When you fill out your attendee survey later today or tomorrow, please do tell us what brings you so that we can use the information for planning. Is it a particular type of presentation you'd like to hear, a certain type of equipment you'd like to see? Do let us know, and be assured that the information will stay within Merit, but will be very useful for us in planning. Please turn off your beepers and cell phones. And as we go through the agenda today, the slides for most of the presentations will be available. They will be made live shortly before each speaker gets up to talk, in theory. Last night there was a slightly embarrassing incident where our optical tutorial, Dan Lockwood, told you that the slides were live, and everyone went to the web and they weren't there. That was because I commented out the wrong line on the source file. So my mistake, the slides are there now. And go to the main page, you go to the agenda page, you go to the talk, and the slides are linked off the talk. I'm taking too long. I'm going to start talking faster here. We're trying something new at this meeting. If you would like to ask questions, please do so using the address you see here. Put the name of the talk in your subject line so that we can keep things sorted. And if and when you go to the mic, do let us know who you are before you ask your questions. A lot of network information for you on the web today. I do encourage you to use the Squid Cache. Thanks to SprintLink and Sprint eSolutions, we have a huge pipe coming into the hotel. But even with this amount of bandwidth, you will get lower latency to your hosts with a cache, particularly overseas hosts. In fact, on average, you'll get to your site almost twice as fast with a cache as you will without it. This astounding finding is based on work that Dwayne Wessels, our Squid Czar, did over the past few meetings, and his statistics are available on the web. If you have questions about our V6 connectivity, please talk with Dave Gilbertson. He's sitting in the back of the room, waving, but it's really not necessary, Dave. We also have, my mistake. My last reminder is don't run DHCP on your laptop because, as some of you remember from Denver, that can really do bad things to the network. Beer and Beer, 5:30 tonight after our afternoon sessions, and the BOFs are at 7:30. Bill Norton is indeed presenting the peering BOF. The agenda was labeled by me incorrectly as a data center BOF. This is the peering BOF, 7:30. And Wes Hardiker will be leading another session as well. Bill Manning is leading a PGP key signing party tonight. That's going to be upstairs, contrary to what you see on your agenda. It's going to be in Simmons 1 and 2, right at the top of the escalator. I've mentioned SprintLink and Sprint eSolutions. We can't thank you enough for providing this CS3 for us. Not only deciding to do it, providing it, but making sure it got installed properly, all the work you did in conjunction with our host Cisco on that. Cisco is again working closely with the University of Oregon and Sprint to generate our multicast broadcast. Dwayne is from Packet Pushers, and it's wonderful to have the support of all of you here again. Redback, thank you for that wonderful breakfast this morning. And now it's my great pleasure to introduce the Prince of Hosts, Tom Herbst from Cisco.
All right, thank you. So this will be brief. So as Susan said, I'm Tom Hertz with Cisco. I'm acting as your host this week. It's been a pleasure to be asked. We were actually asked some time ago, and a couple of years ago when we were first discussing potentially hosting NANOG, we had some very grand ideas. As we know, the industry has changed in the last 2 years. So grand ideas became hard, cold realities. So here we are. But I think this site looks pretty good, so let's go forward with it. First of all, I want to repeat Susan's thanks for Sprint. I think they really went the extra mile for us. Peter Lothberg specifically had the idea of doing the DS3 for NANOG this time. I want to thank Peter, but like all things that Peter does, Peter had a good idea. We spent a lot of work for other people. I want to specifically thank Dave Meyer for helping us actually get that in, get it usable, get all the addressing right, all those sort of things. We did some great work here. So if you see an orange cable on the wall, please just leave it alone. I want to thank Duncan, hey Duncan, for putting this all together on our side. Philip for helping Duncan. Brandon, our group admin in consulting engineering at Cisco, doing some heavy lifting here. Karen, one of my group managers, pitching in. Her husband Tom, who used to work for us, who just decided to pitch in for the heck of it, not getting paid here, but coming back and reintroducing us to Layer 1 for some of us that have been away from it for a while. Barry helping out, or wasn't taking that, I'm not sure. And it's appropriate that the theme is security here, because whenever we see Barry come into the office, we're concerned about where our equipment is going. He's always got a workshop or a training session somewhere that he's appropriating from our lab from. So I think everyone knows Elliot. I guess you have to set the equipment up before you can run network management. Bill Williamson, also remembering Layer 1, or where do I put this? Mike DeLeo for doing the wireless. Thank Dwayne again for doing the DNS, DHCP, and the proxy. And I want to thank my assistant, Leslie Iwasaki, for putting this all together. For all the things that we do in my department, I think most of them wouldn't happen if Leslie didn't actually take them from concept to implementation. And she's been a big help for all of us on this one. Here's her best job, which is directing me on where I should be going. Oh yeah, Ed Kern, I thought you were going to help us set up. All right, for the people that have gotten static allocations from the table in the terminal room, I'm the one that did them, and yes, I know there are only 3 octets in the DNS. This was released on the T train. The S train will be integration will be next week. Okay, some housekeeping things. We have more extension cords, power strips, drop cables, all of those sort of things if you need them. They're in the terminal room or on the table on the side. The wired connections are the back 6 cables on this side. One thing, yes, as Susan alluded to, we're being NIMBA probed pretty heavily, like most places on the internet now. So there's a certain responsibility if you care to run Bill Gates on your laptop to keep it clean, to keep your Internet Explorer up to date, all those sort of things. So please be a good neighbor. So the question, do we want to do this again, came up. I thought, maybe. So anyway, thanks a lot, and have a good show.